Hello everyone. This is a basic introduction to the use of R. It is assumed that you already know how to install the software. That is, you have installed your R and RStudio. When you launch the RStudio, you may have something like what I have here. And here you can see just 3 windows instead of 4. If you have something like this, you have to go to View, and here if you go to View, you will see show all panes. Show all panes. So click on show all panes. Now you have the 4 different windows that I'll normally work with. So this window is the script editor window. This is the environment window. This is where you have your package, app, presentation, and if you have your plot, it's going to appear here. This is the console, and you have to get used to all these 4 windows. But today we will quickly want to look at several things. We are going to start with how to communicate with R. In communicating with R, there are 2 methods. You can communicate with R using this console. For instance, where you have this greater than sign, type 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1, and just press enter. It's going to give you your result, which is 2. 2 raised to power 8, for instance, that's 2 shifts 6, 8. Press enter, and that'll give you 256. If you have something like myvar, that is, you assign a character, let's call it hello world. Hello world. And you press enter, and you really don't want to know what that your myvar means. It's going to generate that which you have typed. Let's try more. Let's say you assigned say like 3 divided by 4, 3 slash 4 to A1, and you assign A2. Let's say you say your A2 equals to 4 multiplied by 5. 4 multiplied by 5. Yeah, if you type A2, definitely that will give you 20. And if you want the 2 results to appear, you can just say A1. Now in this case, you use colon A2. So you have the 2 results. One is 0.75 and the other one is 20. R works with various data types. But before we move to the data types, another way of communicating with R is the use of this script editor. I recollect anytime we maybe perform any arithmetic or any operation, you get the result directly when you press enter. But sometimes you may have multiple commands and you want to run everything simultaneously. So let's go back to what we have the other time. So let's say 1 plus 1. Now you typed it in what is called the script window. So that is 1 plus 1. Press enter. No results. 2 raised to power 8. Press enter. It's going to take you to number 3. Let's say we have our A1 equals to 3 divided by 4. A2 equals 4 multiplied by 5, and lot more. So if you want to get all your results at the same time, this is what is called multiple line command. Whereas when you are typing on the console, that is one line command. So what you need to do here is you highlight everything here. Check here, you can see run. So just click run. So you get all the results at once. Another way of getting the result, you can just put the cursor in front of the command and just click run. Yeah, that is if you just want to run just a row. So, and if you like, you can highlight maybe 2, depending on what you want to do. So run. So I hope it's pretty very clear. So, and that equals to R data types. R data types, that is various types of data that R works with. R works with various types of data, but the simplest is what is called vectors. And we have various classes of vectors. The first type that we are going to consider is what is called logical. Logical just means either true or false. So let's say we have our V equals to false, but don't forget in this case you have to type it in full. And you want to check the class, just type class V. Now run. Oh, sorry, now it's saying object V not found. That's because we did not run line 6. So let's highlight both. Beautiful. So it's showing you that V is a logical data type, a logical vector. If you don't want to write false, you can just symbolize it with capital F. Let's say I have something like V equals to now capital F. It's the same thing. So run it. Again, check the class. Logical. So again, you can do the same thing for true. Run the class. It's logical. And instead of writing true, you may just, if V equals to now capital T. No, I've been using small v. So run. So class logical. So when you talk of logical vector, then we are talking of true or false. Another type of vector is numeric. And just as the name implies, it means you are dealing with numerical values. Take for instance, if our V is equal to 12, let's say 0.56 for instance. So run it, then check the class now. That should give you numeric. So when you are dealing with numerical values, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2.1, 2.2, whichever, then you are dealing with numeric. Then let's say you have NUM, say NUM equals C Very soon I will explain to you what that C means. 2, 3, 4. So I want to check class norm. So run it. Yeah, that's another numeric. But as I'm because these are numbers. And there is one thing I want you to understand. R is case sensitive. It's good to know that one from the beginning. A, let's say A equals 3 multiplied by 4. And you want to find out what is A. We see that's not going to give you any answer. Error, object A not found. Because that A that you have up there is small letter A. So now type A and run. Okay, sorry, we have not run it. So run it. A not found. Then small letter A, that's 12. So try to understand this from the beginning so that by the time you're working with R, definitely know the letter that you have used to in your assignment of objects, because R is highly case sensitive. Another type of vector is integer. Integer. Okay, let's say V equals, for integer, that's V equals, let's say 12L. Run it. Is the letter L that indicates that it is actually an integer. So class V, so run it. Clearly, it is an integer. Then there's another type that definitely you will come across even in the course of learning R or working with R, and that is character. Character. So when you are dealing with names, strings, all sort of things, then you are dealing with characters. So let's say V equals to age, for instance, but definitely you have to put it in quotes, age. So run it and check the class as character. Yeah, see, so when you are dealing with age, sex, marital status, or anytime you are dealing with maybe names of an object, and so on and so forth, then you are dealing with character in R. Another type of vector that is common is factor. Factor. Let's say we have, let us get color, for instance. Let's say call2 equals to, let us have combination of various colors. So let's say we have green, and let's say we have blue, then we have red, and let's say we have green again, green. So let's run it. Yeah, so that's C. Like I said earlier, that I will explain it. You use it when you are combining more than one element. In this case, we have green, blue, red, green. If it's 1, 2, 3, 4, just separate each element by comma. So now we have call2 equals to factor. That's call2. Yeah. So if you want to know the level of those factors, let's say levels, then call2. So run it. So it's telling you that you just have uh, three categories there: blue, green, and red. Blue, green, and red. So let us create a vector of 2 male and 3 female, for instance. So let's say sex equals C. So let's say male, command, male, command, then female, command, and you have female, command. Then we add one more female. So let's run it. Run it. So if you want to check the levels, you convert it to factor first. So let's say sex underscore f to separate it from what we have up there. Factor, then sex. All right. Then let's say n levels. That is the number of levels there. N levels, sex underscore f. Run it. That will give us 2 because we just have male, female. And if you don't put n, because n indicate numbers, if you just say levels, it's going to give us male and female. Yeah. So that is very clear. So now we'll be doing all these things without writing any comments to indicate what we are doing. In case you want to write comments in R, the easiest way is to use the hash symbol. The hash symbol. So let's say that I want to create a comment on data entry. That is, how do I enter data in R? So I can just say methods of data entry in R. Since I added hash symbol, when running the codes, RStudio will identify that hash as comments, or whatever is written along that line will be regarded as comments. I'm going to put us through about 2 methods of creating data sets in R. The first method Let us create a data set of sex, height, weight, and age. The first thing is you have to give it a name. Let's give it, let's say that one equals, then you use data.frame, data.frame. Then you have to decide for how many respondents. Let's say we just want to create data set for just 3 respondents. Let's say you want to interview just 3 people. So here you have C. So let's say our first set of information is sex. Sorry. So let's go back so that you don't get confused. Data frame, you must first name. Let's say we want to create data for sex. So sex equals, then you have C. For 3, let's say the first person is male. Let's say second person is female. Don't forget, you can actually shift all this way or that way. You can move. I can move all this up and down. That is the beauty also. So command here. And let's say the third person is male. Yeah. So command. Then height equals C. So let's say the height of the first person is 152 centimeters, 152. Okay, that's 152. Let's say the second one is 171. And the third is, let's say, 165. Okay. Let's say the weight. Weight equals C. Let's say 81, 71, and let's say 90. So let's create the last for one more variable. Let's say age equals, let's say 42 or 45. Age equals C. Let's not forget. Always remember to put that C or S. It will not treat it. And here again, sorry, put comma, not full stop. So C is 42. Let's say 38. Then 26. So let's say this just all what we need to run it. So beautiful. So you can now come here, type that one, then run. It's going to give you the list. This is very straightforward. But the second method is far more straightforward and easier than this. So let's go to the second method. So for the second method, all what you need is very, very simple. And let's call it that2 now. That's so that we separate what we are doing now with another name. So that2 equals to, what you need is data.frame. Then run it the way it is. Then you have that2 equals edit. So edit that2. So if you click edit, if you run this, for instance, we have this. This is empty spreadsheet, just like our Excel. So again, you know, the first, we have male, male, female. That's what I said is faster, male, female, male. Then we have, I think let us just write one variable. So 152, just some numerical values. Let's say 171, then 165. Then terms of the weight, let's say we have 81, 93, let's say 78. Then age, let's say 42, 38, then 26. If you look at this, the names are not there yet. We have variable 1, variable 2, variable 3, variable 4. So in order to include the names, just click here. Then here you have sex. Then the second one is height. Then the third one is weight. Oh, I think I've omitted. Sorry, please, let's go back. I just put something there. So, sorry, the second is height. The third is weight. Oh, sorry, sex, height. Sorry, the third is weight. Then the last is age. Yeah. So after naming the columns, and you are sure that the data you have entered are correct, just close it here. And by the time you come here, just type that to get your data. It's there. Very clear. So those are very fast methods of inputting data. So, and we have so many types of data in R. We have what is called built-in data. That is certain data that came with your installation. So after installation of R, you have some data that you can play around with, that you can use, and you can even study them, because some of those data, by my little knowledge of some of them, they are data provided by highly recognized scholars in the world. Some of them from published articles, so you can use it to train yourself. If you want to know some of this data, just type data. Okay, let me give it a comment. So here we are dealing with R built-in data, built-in data set. So data, then run it. It's going to give us a very long list. So these are the various lists. There's too many of them. So, and these are in dataset package. And for every package you install, we are coming to that. There are other data sets. They always come with some of those packages too. So let's say we want to use one of them. Um, let's just pick one. This is distance between European cities and between US cities. Eurodist. So if our interest is in Eurodist, for instance, so you just put it here, Eurodist. The beauty of RStudio is going to suggest to you what you are trying to write. So this is Eurodist. Then run it. For everything that we'll be doing, if you come to this environment, you will see all of them. Yeah. So if you want to look at the data, now just say Eurodist and run. Yeah. So plenty of them. So that's how to work with built-in data sets. Those are various data sets in dataset package. So let us look at few other things. Now, if you look at what we'll be doing, we have listed quite a lot of objects. That is, we have assigned certain elements to certain symbols. You say A1 is this, A2 is this, and a lot of that sort of things. So if you want to get the list of all the objects that we have used thus far, what you need is ls. Then run it. It's going to give us a long list. So far, we have worked with 12 different objects, A1, A2, call2, that one, and so on. These are just 12. And please take note of how you count it. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. So this 11, 12. If you look at all the objects, we have 3 of them start with A. So let's say I just want those ones that start with A. Then here you see pattern, that is equals then A. So run. So it's giving us all those ones that contain A. And then you can remove any of those objects if you don't want them. Let's say I don't want Eurodist, for instance, and I want to remove it. So that is removing objects. If you want to remove object, it is rm. So that's Eurodist. Yeah, I think I got the spelling right. Yeah, fine. Yeah. So now it has removed Eurodist. If you try to get the list again, you can't. let's say list, Eurogist will no longer come with them. You can see. So now we now have 11. Let's say I want to remove all the objects, all of them. If you want to do that, still RM, but in this case, you say list plus list equal to ls. This will remove everything. This is asking R to remove all the objects. So run. So run this list again. Character 0. It has removed everything. It has removed everything. So I think in the next video, we shall continue with the basic programming. You are welcome. So thank you very much for listening.